Well, hello there and welcome back to the HullCityFanCentral YouTube channel, where today's vlog starts off a bit more of a hectic start. Kick-off for me is in 2 minutes time. As you can tell, I'm not at the MKM Stadium yet. I've just finished work. Quickly changed my top, gone with the latest of the retro ones, the re-release, redone retro one that released a few months ago, and then last season's retro-inspired Kappa jacket. Talk quickly through the lineup, even though the players, they were walking out onto the MKM pitch. As I said in my prediction video yesterday, the defensive line won't be changed, and that's the case. Panda is in net. It's a back four of Coyle, Drama at full back, and our two centre halves, Alfie Jones and Charlie Hughes, for his second full start for the Tigers. Ahead of them, Xavier Simmons gets the start. I thought it might have been Oscar Zambrano, but it's Simmons. Slater alongside him with Gustavo Puerta. And then up top, there is a change at striker. It's a big one. It's João Pedro in for Chris Bedia. Interesting to see how this one goes, as you haven't seen too much of João Pedro in a City shirt. And then out on the wide, it's the two favourites at this point, Mohamed Baloumi and Liam Miller. I'm not 100% sure what the bench is. As I say, I've just finished work, just rushing over to the game. So we're just walking past big Tesco's, St Stephen's. So I'll be at the ground probably about 5 or 10 minutes after kick-off. Don't hurt me. I'm very sorry for this one, but sure, it'll be a fantastic game. Burnley have put out a somewhat of a predictable lineup, with them having a few injuries in of themselves. But it should be a good game. Hoping for some big things, hoping for a big reaction after somewhat of a performance against Sunderland. And obviously the referee hopefully will have a better game than the one he did against Sunderland, Bobby Madley. Still not forgotten his name. As I'm just crossing the road now, so I'll catch you at the MKM Stadium. Come on, you all. Just walking down the ramp now at the stadium. 10 minutes after kick-off, not too bad, considering I didn't get out of work until about 15-20 minutes ago. So yeah, from what's worthy of note, Mohamed Baloumi apparently had a curling effort sent wide by James Trafford, and I just heard some wheeze and boos as I'm walking down the ramp now. So we'll get inside and hopefully Hull can grab 1, 2, maybe 7, who knows. But the change, I'm not sure what's happened, but Abu Kamara's on for Liam Miller. Interesting, we'll see what's happening. Regan Slater just had a nice little effort, just got in. Attack worked up nicely through Baloumi. Got to Kamara, lost a little bit, but Slater got it. Shot from just on the edge of the area, over on the left hand side over there. 1-2 far over. João Pedro nearly with his first City shot. Nicely worked attack over a few minutes span. See, it looked quite dominant there. The intensity is there where it wasn't on Sunday. Looking likely to bounce up 1-0 here, 18 minutes gone at the MKM Stadium. Hull City working on an error from James Trafford, passing out from the back. Kamara's the one who gets the ball at his feet, and he was unable to capitalise. He shoots, but it just goes dribbling wide of the right-hand post. Still, Hull City getting the chances, and Burnley, well, they're looking a little bit lacklustre for a team that is currently 21 points up in the league. Corner time for City, so let's play the game. Short or long? I myself am personally in the favour of short. I don't want it to be. Oh no, I've switched my mind. James Trafford is the furthest seen from England's number one, as he's just had the ball at his feet and then bobbled the ball behind. And so now Hull City have themselves a free corner from this on the near hand side. By the way, the last one was long, I was correct. João Pedro is just down on the floor. Seems to have a bit of a delayed reaction to altercation with one of the Burnley defenders racing onto a ball that was thrown in from Louis Coyle. Seems to be alright, it can continue. And so Mohamed Baloumi will get this corner going in. Once again, I do think it will be a long corner. A very risky manoeuvre there from City. That corner, it was played short. Kind of seemed to getting somewhere. There was a little contest at the back post where City may have had a shout for a penalty. Referee quickly waved it off. Burnley were quick to get the counter-attack sort of going underway. A bit of a mix-up from Regan Slater where he should have passed the ball back to Panda. He didn't, he kept the ball with it. And the man who was man-marking and chased him down. There's a little scuffle where there could have been a free kick either way, but Burnley remained resilient, got the shot away, and then the referee has blown it for a corner in their offence, as they will take their time to take, but they will take it nonetheless. Burnley's done well there to win a free kick for City. He had 2 men on him, could have very easily just lost the ball without any contest about it, but did nicely there to win a free kick. A few shouts, maybe a possible yellow card there, but referee's given none of it. Not too bad of a refereeing performance so far. Don't want to jinx things, obviously, but certainly an improvement from what we saw on Sunday. The City have this free kick here. Somewhat of a promising area. Let's go, balloon recoil. Whoever takes from the free kick, Alfie Jones nearly had a good chance there. Panda's just headed one away in clearance. But from the free kick, Alfie Jones had a nearly good chance to pounce on it. He's just too far in front of him. And Burnley quick to capitalise on the counter. They say Panda's just had a fantastic heading clearance, as Burnley will reshape this attack.
Xavier Simmons, who breaks the score for City. Well, I believe it's the first shot on target. It's a bubbler, but they all count the same. And Xavier Simmons grabs his first for the City. Fantastic. It's a bubbler. It took plus the reflection of a bubble off the ground, but it's a goal. And the goal anthem started playing. The anthems are playing now. Interesting. Some booze for that. Not a huge fan of the goal music.
The goal scorer in the
but it's Xavier Simons.
18, sponsored by eShorts Buses.
There he is.
Xavier Simons.
Lovely. His first goal for Hull City. And it's 1-0.
City with another corner, so it'll be a game of short or long. I presume it'll be a short affair this time. Well, last time it was inside, it was a long. So who knows? But my bets are short corner. 2 minutes more of the additional up the area. From the short corner, Charlie Hughes nearly got his first goal. He was free towards the back post. His effort was just headed wide of the left-hand post though. But good effort for Charlie Hughes. And so City coming to half-time, 1-0 up against the side who were heavily tipped to get promoted back up to Premier, certainly. If not that, get the title. For City, possibly going to hand them their second loss of the season as things stand. There's a bobbling goal from Xavier Simmons, but it was all worth for City. They'd certainly been the better of the 2 sides in this first half. More of the same in the second. Come on, you. Here come the teams for the second half. No changes for either side. As João Pedro will get us underway for City. 1-0 up, 45 plus to go for a huge win. Come on, you. He's just going to be irritated there for Burnley. An unnecessary elbow on Charlie Hughes. Won City a free kick inside of their own half. We're inviting Burnley a little bit too much there. Nicely done through Cody Drama to work the foul there. Just slow things down a little bit, give Hull City the free kick. As I pan over to the bench, and it looks like we're getting ready to make a double substitution with both Chris Bedia and what looks like Abdushamir getting ready to come on. Hull City not looking to relent up even though they have the 1-0 lead. Mohamed Balloumi with a fantastic ball into the box. Unlucky for Gustavo Puerta to find his header not on target once again in this game. And City will make their changes right now. As it is Abdushamir to come on. And the man who will be making way for him is João Pedro, the man who's got his full start. Apologies, João Pedro off for Chris Bedia. And it will be Gustavo Puerta off for Abdushamir. So Bedia and Omar on. And Pedro and Puerta off. Same time Burnley will make a double change. Unsure who they are. Unsure who's coming off. Not really bothered at Hull City. They're looking to regain the attacking control as these opening 10, 15, possibly 20 minutes this second half. It's been a lot of Burnley in possession, a lot of Burnley in attacking possession. And it's nice to see Abdushamir back on the pitch after having a few weeks off. Of course with the international break, but also with a little bit of an injury worry due to himself.
Come on, you all. Fantastically done by Cody Drama to thwart the Burnley attack. They luckily got the right side of Drama as the ball worked through, number 29 I believe it was. And Drama did really well to work it behind for a sliding tackle, to work it behind for a Burnley corner, as the fans do what they always do, with the point to the corner. Hughes! Charlie Hughes doing well there to work. The nod one off the line pretty much out for another Burnley corner. And fantastic again there from Charlie Hughes. Nice bit of work there from City. Xavier Simmons saw the volley on the edge of the area. Didn't really have a good connection on it. Bellamy tried to keep the attack alive down on that right hand side. His cross. And it went behind for a goal kick. Hughes doing well once again. Blocking out number 48 there for Burnley. Shaping it out for a Hull City throw-in down where Cody Drama is there. You think it's magic every time Bellamy has the ball. Close to another goal of the season contender there for him. Whipping one from his edge of the box. Unable to cut in and drop in time for it to nest into the back of the net. But Bellamy, he's fantastic. Burnley were the one that had the free man in the area. And it's into the back of the net. It is 1-1. As the Burnley got though mild. But looking for another reaction from City. It is only 1-1. 76 minutes gone. And they predict a 2-1 victory for the Tigers. So they were meant to score in my books for City. Hopefully they can have another one in them. Mohamed Bellamy is coming off and he's replaced by Ryan Giles. Also is coming off 3 games later. And he will be replaced by Casey Palmer. Ryan Giles first stint on the pitch in a little bit of time as he's got his left back job taken off him by Cody Drama. Regan Slater with a bit of a standing ovation here as he's had a fantastic game today. Hopefully Case Palmer who's replaced him will have just as a dominant final 5 or so minutes. 1-1 still here. Both teams kind of looking for a win. Of the 3 minutes additional, one have been played already. And Burnley have themselves a corner. It's very late. If anything is going to happen here. Well, my apologies, it's a throw-in. They're just going for the long throw-in format. My apologies once again, it is in fact a corner. A comedy of errors for Burnley. They should have had their last-minute winner. And you could maybe call it good defending or poor attacking or a bit of both from both teams, but Burnley had a few tap-ins basically to get their winner. Away from that corner, Abdushamir pounds away. He's clipped in from behind. And what I believe is the first card of the game in the 93rd minute is the yellow card towards Burnley. This Jones kick will most likely be the last or somewhat of the last of the game. If not, hopefully City can pounce these final few seconds. And it was the final minutes of the game, that Jones kick. So 1-1 draw. Dominant first half. Let down by a poor second half. I'll have more thoughts when I get back towards the car about player ratings and, in essence, a game that Hull City probably should have capitalised on to grab the 3 points against a side that are definitely going to be up there in the top 6, possibly contesting for the title. But still early days in this season. We go again away at the weekend against Derby. But I'll see you in a few seconds. Up the side. Just like that, I'm back in the car. Well, it was a game certainly of 2 halves. First half, from what I saw, 10 minutes in prior, mind you, dominant display from Hull City. Certainly Burnley didn't look to have anything really going in that first half. And Hull City certainly had the better of the chances and the more of the chances. Just as we have seen, we just can't make that clinical edge. I haven't checked the stats fully, but I presume it's 1, 2, maybe 3 at a push shots on target in this game. And that is including the Xavier Simmons bobble goal. So it's certainly something that we need to improve on. Whether that doesn't get improved on until we get the January transfers in, whether it doesn't get improved on for a few more weeks in the training ground, who knows? But it certainly needs to improve, and improve very, very quickly if we are going to have
this Volta ball to be somewhat competitive this season. I have said Volta, he is a long-term manager for Hull City. He's not just a one-season wonder for Hull City. He's certainly here, and he's here to build something. That's why when he came in, he had the fresh start, and he was allowed to pick the players which he thought would suit his play style, bar Adjan making a few signings for his mind, if we're going to say that. But first half, fantastic. Second half, we came out of the gates and we didn't have that fighting edge that we had in that first half, whether it was because we was 1-0 up or whether it was because this or that or whatever. We can make the excuses, but the second half was lackluster. I won't say it was shocking. I won't say it was the worst half of football we've seen from City, but it certainly wasn't the best. We came out and we had 11 men behind the ball from minute one. We had the kickoff, and from minute one, we had 11 men behind the ball, which wasn't good. So it was really, we was just ticking along until Burnley pretty much grabbed the equaliser. Yes, it could have gone down to poor defending, but when the defending's having to do a solid job for 45 minutes in that second half, you can't really fault them if they make one mistake, and that mistake being one player getting free in the box to get a free header into the back of the net. Other than that, Burnley did have a really good chance at the end of the game. You'll have just seen where, I mean, it's fortunate in City's case that they didn't lose 2-1 through that chance alone. But some stellar performances from Charlie Hughes, or Hughes, I must say. As he is, as I said in the last vlog, he's certainly going to become a fan favourite, and I think he is already a fan favourite, if we can say that, with his Hughes chants going around the stadium, shadows of Eves, and then the few Greaves ones that we got before he left us. So Charlie Hughes, I'll come to my match ratings in a second, but certainly one to watch out for the future of City. That's if he stays with the club, of course. He's going to have a brilliant season, we know this, and whether he stays with the club at the end of the season, that is the situation, and I'll cover it in plenty more videos to come. But let's go through the player ratings. So Ivor Panda, the man in net, he pulled out some good saves, certainly commanded his area well. He made come rushing out for a few balls well. I thought it was probably one of the best, if not the best, Ivor Panda start we have seen this season. Maybe if I'm forgetting a few of his starts there across the season so far, but certainly a very good performance from him. Nothing to really falter on the goal that he conceded. Nothing really to falter on his distribution play. I can't really find a huge falter in his style of play from this game. So Ivor Panda, I'll give him a 7 match rating. Moving into the defensive line, I thought defensive did a solid job. Louis Coyle, once again, putting his body on the line for the shirt, and he'll do it till the day that he retires from football, really, won't he? So Louis Coyle gets a 6.5 match rating. Moving over to the other side, Cody Drammer. Cody Drammer, he had a few ishy spots, but for the most part, he pulled out some very, very big plays to stop Burnley getting them easy goals and making it 2, possibly 3-1. So Cody Drammer had them fantastic moments, as I say, and really helped shore up in them last-ditch moments for City, where, as we saw on Sunderland, on Sunday against Sunderland, where he did falter in that one, where mainly the referee's fault, but we'll buy the buy on that one. So Cody Drammer, another, I'm going to go a bit higher. I'm going to go for a 6.8 match rating for Cody Drammer. He gets the 0.8 edge over Louis Coyle. Moving into the centre halves now, Alfie Jones. Alfie Jones is getting overshadowed a bit by Charlie Hughes, which I'll come to him in a second. But Alfie Jones, a solid enough performance for him. I thought not too much of a falter once again for him. So we'll go for a 6.4 match rating for him. Charlie Hughes, well, he's going to be my man of the match after having another stellar performance in this one. Even better than the one against Sunderland. So he is very quickly proving why he was worth that 4.5 million, proving why he is the difference maker in this City squad. And Hull City's just going to excel now that he is in the starting 11, taking that job over Maka, which we all have been proclaiming for so long. So Charlie Hughes gets an 8.5 match rating from me. meaning he's my man of the match. But let's work through the rest of the City players. Moving ahead, Xavier Simons. Yes, he did get the goal. It was a bobble effect. And once again, as I said against Sunderland, he is one of these players that's going to go underrated in that midfield. He has a fantastic style of play for Tim Walter and Tim Walter's style of play in the Championship. He got the goal today, which probably boosted him up on some people's radars. Apologies, my camera went off there. But still a very, very good CDM for this level. So Xavier Simons, I am going to give him a 6.4 match rating, just like Alfie Jones. Moving on, Gustavo Puerta. Well, he's just becoming fantastic. Certainly an improvement on his performance against Sunderland, where he did have a very, very good start to his starting career at Hull City. His first start, full debut, was on Sunday against Sunderland, and he excelled once again here against Burnley this evening. So Gustavo Puerta, I believe that he was involved in every big moment for Hull City when he was on the pitch. So he will get himself a nice juicy 7 match rating. Moving on, we will go out to Regan Slater. Regan Slater, well, if he didn't get subbed off when he did, and if he had maybe a bit of a better second half, probably that was due to Hull City shoving 11 men behind the ball for that second half. But Regan Slater, first half and moments in that second half, was the best player on that pitch. As I say, if he just played the full 90 minutes, he probably would have got the man of the match, but he didn't, so he will get an 8 match rating from myself. But Regan Slater, worth every penny of that 50 grand, must I say. Moving on, we'll go out to the starting wingers. I didn't see Liam Miller play, so I can't really quote on him. Apparently he did pick up a knee injury, and we will keep you up to date on the channel about that injury and what that means, maybe moving on for the away trip to Derby on Saturday, and future case for City, of course, out on that left-hand side. Liam Miller is City's best option, so we'll keep you up to date on that one, but I won't give him a match rating, as it's a little bit mean for a man who I didn't see play. But I did see Mohamed Baloumi, and Baloumi, it wasn't his best performance, but it still was very, very good. It will be a 7.5 match rating from myself. He had a few moments where he was that close to scoring another one of his wonder goals. He was making good crosses. He is improving. He is improving more and more. He's still not a finished player, and it's fantastic that we've got on a cheap deal. We have picked up ourselves a very, very good young winger, Mohamed Baloumi, that will probably have a nice time at Hull City, and 7.5 match rating today proves why he is fantastic. The João Pedro was the starting striker, and it's a bit of a hard time for a starting striker at Hull City at the moment. I think João Pedro, his style of play benefits more as a lone striker. When he has maybe a Gustavo Puerta at points in this game, or somebody like that running as well as him, as running as a 2-striker point when they're running onto balls and stuff, it really negates his style of play and makes him look poor. Because he isn't that attacker that is going to play 1-2s up the pitch with his striker partner, is he? He is going to be up there. He's going to be that sort of player that can get the ball, go on the half turn, maybe make a few strides and take a good strike. He has got a little bit of pace about him compared to Chris Bedia, but he's still not an Aaron Connolly, if you want to compare it to players from last season. He's not a Liam Delap. He is his own style of player, and I think that if he is given that opportunity to start a bit more, whether we will see him adopt his style of play a little bit more into this Tim Walter setup. Let's move on to the substitutes. So I didn't rate Liam Miller because I didn't see him, but Abu Kamara, I did see him play, and I will give him a 6.5 match rating. I thought that this was better from Abu Kamara. He was involved, of course, getting the assist for the Xavier Simons goal, and some all right movement down on the left and also right hand side. He went over to the right hand side once Mohamed Baloumi came off, and it wasn't too bad from Abu Kamara. As I say, I'm not sure if it's his best best performance in the City shirt, but certainly improvements from what we have seen for the most part from Abu Kamara. Also on the substitutes at front, Chris Bedia came on. Bedia didn't get too much of it. Bedia does seem to be that style of striker that you probably do need to start him at this point in the Championship. His style of play, his build, his sort of what he brings to the squad, it is okay if you are, like in this instance, a 1-0 up or maybe even better 2-0 up, and you can bring him on to really shore up the game. He does have that physique that you can bring him back and do a job in the defensive unit, and then also hold up the ball a bit further up the field. But when we're 1-0 up and we maybe need to search for another goal, probably wasn't the best to bring him on, so I'm going to give him a 5.4 match rating. Other substitutes, let me just try and remember them. Abdul Shamer also came on. Nice to see him back in a City shirt. And I thought he did okay. He was second to quite a few balls, but then of course he did do what Abdul Shamer does, and he can weave his way through some players quite efficiently. So Abdul Shamer, I am going to give him a 5.7 match rating. Trying to now remember some of the other players that came on. Ryan Giles, nice to see him back as well. He was not being sidelined through injury. He's been sidelined through not looking too good. And he did okay. Of course, came on quite late into the game. Didn't see too much of him, or much of him in a positive capacity. So it will be a 5.3 match rating for Ryan Giles. Maybe actually a 5 match rating for Ryan Giles, and I'm sure that I'm missing out on somebody else that came off the bench. Let me just try and see if I can remember in the dying moments here before I leave too big of an awkward pause, and I can't get my brain to rack around who else came on. So obviously they didn't make that much of a big impact on the game or myself here. Back in the car now. So let me know in the comments what your thoughts and opinions are on Hull City's 1-1 draw with Burnley, what your thoughts are on Charlie Hughes and his development here at City, and any other little bits of information from this game or about Hull City. Let me know in the comments. I'll be sure to reply to your comments as always, and stay tuned for tomorrow where I have an interesting new style of video for you, so make sure you do not miss out on that, along with every bit of Hull City news and content that you could possibly want by liking and subscribing. I'll catch you in the next one. Up the Tigers!